What's up, y'all? We're back in the living room with another episode of the Iron Skillet Podcast. Got myself, Shatura, Bullwhip. We got our special guest, Heelix, in the building. We're going to talk about his album and the album release show that he did at the Brightbox last week, which was lit. And then we got T-Clum TV, just chilling.
Whoa. The GOAT.
The GOAT. That's 100% right, man. How you feeling, Heelix? Last week was a crazy week for you, right?
Dude, like this whole last week, I feel like this week, honestly, like it's been such a long week. I can't really believe that, the show was only a week ago. Like, that's so crazy to me.
Time's like crazy. Like, you feel like it was so long ago because it was so much that happened in such a short period of time.
Like, I feel like Friday was just the start of just like a long ass weekend because it started on Friday, but like the whole album shit didn't stop until like the end of the weekend because like me and my group and everything, we were just
having a good time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Celebrating it?
Yeah, we pretty much took that shit home and started listening to the album some more, just recorded more music and shit. Like, that's it. It's just...
You felt inspired by it.
Exactly.
Yeah, keep it rolling.
Pretty much.
I mean, the energy was live, but I guess we can start off talking about the album itself. I know personally, and I won't go too deep into detail, but the song that hit live for me is called Black is the Tent.
Yeah.
Like, man, when you did that live, I was like kind of captivated. I'm not gonna lie.
Black is the Tent. When I recorded that song, I always knew, like, first time like I heard the beat, I knew that shit was gonna be a hype ass song. But doing it live is just like a completely different energy to it. And the setting that we had, like just being like on the floor level, the energy that I gave to the crowd, they gave it right back to me like 10 times over. And like, I'm so grateful for that because like that just solidified, like this song is way more than what I recorded it as, Because you got to see it in real life and how it affected people. Exactly.
And how that energy exchange. That's a beautiful thing.
Black is the Tent. It caught my ear when I first heard it that morning when the album released, and I'm a sucker for the banger.
Yeah.
And usually you put that, in the first couple to catch the listener's ear, and you caught it. Like, that sounds, I would have picked that beat out, and you went crazy on that track.
That song was honestly, it started off as like a freestyle almost. Mm-hmm. Like, getting no better, I bleed the block out there by popping Beretta, I couldn't resist. That was actually going to be part of the verse, but like I was so stuck in trying to see what I can put on top of that, that I couldn't put anything after that. So I started to use that as the hook and just wrote something completely different for the verse. Yeah.
I feel you.
I mean, and like when it comes in though, like that cadence, it's like this. It's this energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which is, I don't know. You love that for a hook, and it's just like, I feel like that's an anthem. If you ask me, that's how it felt.
He performed it as an anthem.
It felt like that to me. You know what I mean?
I think the placement of it, like within the album, like it really, I think it fits perfect. Not only because it's like such a hype song, but for people who are new listeners to Heelix, to me, I feel like, some people they're not always going to be into like the heavy lyrical stuff that I'm usually doing, but they want something that they're comfortable with. They want something that'll make them hype, something that'll make them jump, something that'll just like, something like that they were hearing like the club almost.
Yeah, that they can just vibe to. I feel you.
That's probably, that's a very good description of it because I think that's the closest on the album to a club song.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think I need a Heelix club song.
Exactly.
But I'm sure he would kill it.
Oh, he would
murder it. You know what I mean? But
like that's not my vibe, but it's the fact that I was able to do something for like this song and do it the way that I did it. It just like really I just wanted to catch people's attention for the album.
You know what it makes me think of? So like one of my close friends one time told me like when he was writing music, he would think about how people would be listening to it, like what environment they would take it in.
Yeah.
And like that song sounds like an anthem for you and your people, like whoever your people are, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I could picture, honestly, if that song would have came out when we were like house party like level, I could picture
like number one on the playlist.
Yes, we would have grabbed the aux and then we would all been jumping and throwing each other in the middle of somebody's living room
multiple times every night.
It's like right before Hard in the Paint.
Yes, 100%. They would have ran it in.
Yeah.
So like that's a, you know, just camaraderie and like, you know what I mean, unity and like people just being letting loose and letting that energy out. Like I feel like that's what that song felt like live, at least. You know, lyrically, I'm sure there's way more to it, but the way you expressed it live was really, really beautiful, man.
Thank you.
It really set the tone for the album, because that's track 2.
I know. And then you're just like, what's coming after this?
Before we dive into the songs and talking a little bit more about that, when I want to bring it back to when you first thought, like, all right, I'm about to do an album. Before you even probably thought Frontier 500, all that, what were your thoughts going into wanting to make a project and how all of that came about?
My whole process in making projects and making albums, it all comes from just the process of making music itself. Like I don't necessarily think, hey, I'm gonna make a project. It just comes like with the amount of songs that I make, the amount of ideas that I come out with, all my ideas pretty much in the end, I just try to put them all together and see what clicks.
So you were just making songs, you had, you know, a rack of songs, and you was just like, you know what, I'm gonna put this together into this project. Is that kind of what it was? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, well, how did the title Frontier 500 come into play?
Frontier 500, it's a really funny story for me, honestly. I was coming back from my fiance at the time. We're now married, but
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was coming back home late, and I was thinking just like, damn, I still don't have a name for this project. And I forgot where I was driving at, but it's this pickup truck. It's like
I was gonna guess that. I'm like, did you see a Nissan Frontier? Like,
it was an F-150, I think that's what it is.
totally wrong.
I was like, okay, so I already had like 500 just like in my head, but I was like, okay, so F500, what does the F stand for? But I already knew this project was gonna be a transition from my last project, Nicodonia. And this whole thing is just like, it's just onto a new frontier. So Frontier 500.
That's the way I took it as, is like, you know, you're breaking into new ground, you know, the new frontier, and that's kind of the way I took it. I didn't take it as, oh, he was driving home and seeing it on the truck.
You just said like we were driving. I was like, oh wait, was
Maybe
it a
he
truck
saw
or
the
something?
Frontier, yeah, the
As soon as you
Nissan
said truck, I was
Frontier.
like, wait a minute,
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Lewis and Clark
Understandably.
type shit.
Something like that, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what, as far as production on this, you got some of your homies on it?
My homie Maz, I just want to shout out Maz. I'm going to shout out
Dude,
Maz
Maz is
everywhere
my
I go,
guy.
right? Okay, so first off, on the project, we got Maz produce. He's one of my main producers. He produced Indian Giver. Indian Giver is like such a beautiful track, and just like I'm still so like I said at the show, I'm so amazed that he decided to send me this beat. He even told me like he didn't have any idea of anybody like actually rapping on it. I didn't think it was like something that somebody can rap on, but like me being like as lyrical as I am, I just wanted to like test myself almost.
You can find that pocket on anything, I'm sure.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like a rapping type beat. It's just like a production that you're just like so astonished by, like,
Because it's different, right?
Yeah.
It sits out. It's like it stands on its own. It's not something that's super. Something that Currency used to say is he's like, I don't like army beats. You remember that? He's like where you gotta stay. If you don't like line up in one pocket, you're stuck. Something that kind of stands out and that's different, which I think is dope. And also that dude has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know the rest of your clique as well, but he has a heart of gold. I'm telling
Maz is
you.
like he's I swear he's one of the coolest people I know. But in my whole crew, we have Maz. We got my man Sue. Y'all met Dale Richmond too.
Mm-hmm.
We got my man Dylan. He goes by Baby Seal. Crazy. I love that dude. We got my brother Lim. He's just now getting started in production and everything.
Okay.
He doesn't really have a name yet, but like when he gets his name, y'all will never forget that name. I promise you that. Who else? Shit. And then you got me.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
Who else you got production wise on the album?
As far as like inside of my collective, it's just Maz.
Okay.
But there's this other guy, he goes by Planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He produced Mail Truck and Coolish Clean, the interlude.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, there's so many producers on here.
Who did Black as the Tent?
He goes by Lonely Boy. That beat is so crazy.
That one's fire.
Yeah, it's heat. You about to light up his BeatStars right now. People are gonna hear that. They're gonna be
You
going
better go
over
find
there.
them before somebody buys them all.
First
Yeah,
time
you're
I
giving away all your plugs now.
yeah, man. Damn.
It's
Look,
all good.
Nah, shout out.
don't post that.
No, it's all
We'll
good.
put bleeps.
Yeah.
It's
My
all
producer
love.
was bleep.
Everybody's gonna think he's cussing, and it's nah.
We'll just change it to me saying my name, and then it'll be like, Travis produces?
Yeah,
that?
Travis makes
Yeah,
beats.
Travis is like
Ice
the best
cream.
producer in the
DJ Ice Cream.
DJ Ice Cream.
Throwback.
Another thing that really stood out to me about the project was the cohesiveness and how, you kind of just let it play through.
Yeah.
And it really does play through like a very cohesive album. What was your thoughts going into that, arranging things? Because you got interludes in there. You got some, dare I say, spoken word talking.
Yeah.
Was that a sampler or was that you
That's
talking?
me.
That's what I thought,
all
and I
me.
just thought you pitched it down.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
My inspiration for that really came from, as you can tell, probably Section 80 by Kendrick. Shit, who else? Funkadelic, Maggot Brain. I don't know if y'all heard that album.
The name stands out, but I don't think I can pull any songs for sure.
I really like the whole spoken word concept of it, and just like going really in depth with the story. And I can do that inside the song, but to be able to do that inside the skit and really offer that visual almost,
100%.
like I feel like that does it a lot better. Cause like I was gonna say
painting the picture.
Yeah.
Lets people hear it more clearly
yeah.
and, embrace it more or comprehend it more, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you get the listeners that are like, I can't understand a word he's saying, and you rap
Yeah.
fast a lot of the time, so that
Yeah.
kind of helps
And
paint the picture.
I'm really trying like my hardest to just make sure I have like all the lyrics. Like once I post the music.
Enunciate- Oh, you're talking about posting the lyrics
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
So like
yeah.
just in case like you want to rewind it and you want to read with the lyrics to what
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
saying.
For sure.
Shit, we used to do that back in the day.
100%.
Flip through them CD books and just read
We
the
would be
lyrics. while you
reading the
listen to
lyrics,
song.
yeah.
Damn.
And they be so small.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
gotta
the print
squint
was
with a little magnifying
microscopic.
glass.
Yeah, there
That's
you
why our
go.
eyes are so bad. Oh, we out here wearing glasses and shit.
I got Coke bottles on, man. You already know.
I feel like spoken word, it also kind of, I don't want to say forces, but it really entices someone to listen deeply
Yeah.
and intently. Whereas when you're rapping, there's so much else going on. They can get caught up by the beat. They can get caught up by your flow. They can
They can
not
get caught
really,
up by the rhyme scheme. Just all of that.
But when you're doing a spoken word, like you're really putting someone in a position to like listen to what you're saying, which is why like I'm a huge fan of people like incorporating that kind of stuff into like their music and their sets, just because it's like it's a little bit of vulnerability. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's a good palate cleanser too.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like drinking wine. You want to cleanse that palate before you get to the next part or next
100%.
wine. So
I like that
You know what I mean?
analogy, Travis. That's fire.
I kind of look at spoken words. They could be a little intimidating because you got to be a little more direct.
Yes.
And every word has to count.
Yes.
It's not like, rapping and you're like, I need a syllable. Let me
Yes.
throw an and in there. You know what I mean? Like every word counts in a spoken word.
Yeah.
Like Shator, I really like how you did it, like with your set, especially like that. I feel like with every rap show that I've been to, like something that the rap shows really lack almost is just like the spoken word part.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see that, like from where I was sitting, it was inspirational, but it was also like eye opening. Like this is also like a big portion of this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I appreciate that because I definitely was very intentional in how I put that set together. And I just wanted to be really vulnerable. That was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just wanted to like not try to act like I have all the answers.
Mhm.
And like those pieces, like my goal with them was just to make people feel seen. You know what I mean? Like that's all I really wanted to do is just make people feel like there's somebody else out there that, you know, has experienced some of that stuff. So it means a lot. It really does. Cause like it's scary because you're putting your whole heart out there and you're just like hoping that people receive it well. So that means a lot that it kind of connected and it did well. So I appreciate that.
Well, the same way that you tied your songs together with the spoken words and you kind of made, dare I say, a story out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ups and downs is the same thing you did by performing the full album straight through.
Yeah.
You told your story.
I wanted everybody to hear like the ups, like the really, really high points, and then like the really, really low points. And then when I brought it back home with like, you know, the love song when I sang to my wife. And then like right after that, I just brought it right back to like the extra lyrical stuff. Then I wanted to bring it home with just like, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a gospel almost,
Mm-hmm.
like humanoid at the end. And I feel like the way that I performed it as well, like that really added to like the effect of the song for me. Like as I was explaining to y'all like right before the show, but humanoid is just like a really personal song for me. And like I got so into it that the microphone unplugged. I was just like,
Oh, yeah,
But
I
then you were
remember
just
that.
going. You
I
were
was
just
just
going
going,
and
and
grabbed
then-
the other mic.
just watching I even like paid attention to the crowd and like they were singing it with me and like they raised their hands at the end.
Yes.
Like how I started off the set is just like that was just so pure. It was just crazy.
It's kind of like I've heard this explained and I've definitely felt this like, and I felt that a piece of that. I felt it with other really great performers, but it's kind of cathartic. You know what I mean? It's kind of like for like 3 minutes, like not in a like religious way, in more of a spiritual way. It's like we're all going to church for this 3 minutes. It's not like about like a divinity thing. It's like, but we're somewhere else right now. Like we're not here anymore. And that kind of felt like that. And I think for you to be such a young artist to have that level of like connection with an entire audience of people that early
Powerful.
on, no, like that's powerful. And it's very like, I don't know, I props to you because you know that comes
thank
from
you.
is honesty. Like it comes from you sharing your truth and just being yourself, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So props to you for that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember like what I made the crowd say right before that.
I was about
those
to ask
affirmations.
him.
I am the best me
Yeah.
that I could be.
Yes.
I was screaming that shit at the top of my lungs. That hit me too, man. Tell me what made you do that, because that's like my wave, that kind of thing.
Humanoid Frontier 500 is just like a happy place to me at this point. It's just like I told y'all, the concept is the serenity prayer, just like accepting the things that you can't change in order to make yourself a better person and not let the things that you can't change just hold you back. Humanoid is just, damn, I don't even know what to call it. Humanoid is like a positive affirmation, just like what everybody was chanting.
Yeah.
So humanoid is letting all of that go. I feel like, damn, I don't even know what else to say about it.
I mean, I think that's that's like all you have to say. Like if it's a positive affirmation in itself, like I feel like that's so powerful to be able to, like, I don't know, everybody has their bad days, but like that's the days when you need to look yourself in the mirror the most and be like,
yeah,
dude, I'm valuable, like I'm worth, like all of those things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like if that's what that song is, It doesn't need to be any more than that. That's
Like,
fire. You know
Humanoid
what I mean?
is just like, this is all of us. Humanoid, we're all human. This is it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's all you need to be. Just be your best.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say when I do something wrong. I'm gonna look in the mirror and be like, I'm just a humanoid.
I'm just a humanoid.
That's just me.
Bringing it back, man.
So to catch everybody up to speed, if you guys were not there, was it last week?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Last
fucked
Friday.
up.
Yeah, you messed up bad.
Yes, you did. You need to look in the mirror and tell yourself you're just a humanoid. But no,
Yeah.
for real, in all seriousness, not only did Heelix drop his album Frontier 500, he also hosted through a show / party album release at the Brightbox in Winchester, Virginia. And he put on his homies. He put on dope artists in the area. Had Shatora Lane open, Spirit opened. You had Dale Richmond
Yeah.
out the crew, and then Heelix performed the whole album front to back the day it released. And I thought it was just incredible that you put this whole thing together.
Yeah.
You know, not only did you drop the album, but you set it up so you threw an album release the same day. Not only did you do that, you went another step and did it at Brightbox
Yeah.
and made it official, and you packed that place.
Man.
Out the Box was jumping that night.
It was live.
I don't think that all of that really set in for me just yet. Cause like in the moment, it was just like all so like unbelievable. Like I'm pretty sure like y'all remember just like me telling y'all like from like the night, from the minute that y'all stepped in there to like the very end of the show. But like y'all have like really inspired me to be the best me that I can be, pretty much.
There it is.
Don't do
You know
it
what
to
I
me,
mean?
Heelix. Don't do it to me. You're
Like-
gonna get me on my feelings.
I think that was like my third time performing at the Brightbox, but my first time performing there, y'all were like the reason the first time that I performed there. I think it was for the school drive last year.
It was the school drive, yeah.
Yeah. And then like after that, I'm just like, damn, like I really gotta make sure I keep coming back here, because I see the Brightbox as like one of the biggest stages in
this area,
Winchester.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%.
And to be able to do a rap show in Winchester at that, like, this is really big.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to put on an album release show in a city where like people would only know me based on like, hey, we went to high school together, and nobody's really looking for me because like it's rap and nobody's paying attention to rap.
yeah.
It's really big to be able to do, like, I'm not going to say what I did because I wasn't the only person out there. It may have been, my album release show, but like we were all out there. So it's crazy that we were able to do that,
And be successful at
and
it.
be successful at it too.
That was a beautiful moment.
It's not an easy area to throw anything hip hop. For the longest time, hip hop wasn't really socially accepted, dare say.
Well, Spirit had a great. Before you even went on, remember he went up there and he spoke the truth,
Mm-hmm.
and it was some real shit.
No,
Beautiful
a lot
words.
of venues around here don't want hip hop,
Right.
and the fact that Brightbox is open their doors to local hip hop and throwing these events is incredible. So shout out Brightbox for that.
Or shout out Nick at the Brightbox too.
Yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude.
That's the homie.
Seriously.
But also, like you mentioned, we brought you on for the back to school drive last year. The way we look at it is we like to give opportunities to those that deserve it and who are putting on, grinding. And what I really like about you, doing this whole event and dropping the album is you're literally doing the same thing we did by putting your people on. And that's beautiful, man.
I'm just trying to lead by example, because like one thing my parents taught me is to give back, and I didn't want to just put myself on. Like I had the idea like maybe I could just hold like an hour show at the Brightbox, but that probably wouldn't have been like as big as just like having everybody be there with me. So I wanted to be able to not necessarily open up the doors but open up the doors for other artists who haven't been there, like Dale Richmond.
100%.
It's like leading up to that, he's always talked about like not performing at the Brightbox or just like needing a place to perform because I'm pretty sure, I think he moved out to Richmond because like there's not really many places to perform out in Winchester, but I just wanted to create an opportunity for him too.
For sure.
So
It's not easy getting on out here.
it really isn't.
At the end of the day, we're in the entertainment business, so you
Yeah.
gotta put on a good show. So bringing more people out does that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you did that for sure.
Well, not
You did
only did
that.
he do that, he picked the right artist
Right.
for it that literally just kept the night going up and up.
Yeah.
There wasn't a down moment in the whole time.
I feel like the lineup and the order of the lineup was perfect too.
And the performances, I mean, everybody killed it.
Yeah.
Shaw, look, after Shaw got done, he's like, man, we gotta step out. It's hot in here. She comes up to me, she's like, I think I had the best performance of my life.
I really felt like that. I really did, because I just let it go. I let everything go, and I was super honest, and I just felt that exchange.
Yeah.
Like there's times where you get up there and it's just not the right night or not the right crowd, but that night I felt that exchange of like, I'm telling you my truth and I'm like closing my eyes and hoping, and that hits, and like I felt people like being like, okay, like I see you, and and that's really always my goal when I go on stage, is like to just make people feel seen. Like that's like everything I'm trying to do with my music, is just make people feel like they're not the only one, you know what I mean? So like that's why I felt like that, because I was like, dang, like I really felt that heavy when I was up there.
You did that.
Appreciate it.
Seriously.
And then to follow that up, Spirit came on and just spirited all over the stage. I mean, this guy always comes with his drum machine, and I love it because it's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just plug and play my songs. Like, he went up there and,
He said,
made the first
He said, I
beat.
can do it myself.
Yeah. So, I love that he gets up there and curates his own show. And he pulled a page out of Bullwhip's book and walked out in the crowd.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, this guy.
He's killing
I
it.
said earlier that it's like when Spirit goes up there, it's like he has an out-of-body experience, but I guess it's more like his body leaves and his spirit's still up there.
Yeah, there you go.
He literally flips a switch. I'm really proud of that guy because I've watched him grow
Right.
over the past.
When he's in performance mode,
5
I mean,
years.
it's nothing but performance mode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like his name is so fitting.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
And then to follow that up, your boy Dale Richmond came on and surprised the whole crowd. And I say surprised the whole crowd for the ones that haven't heard him, like myself. And he was a lot more lyrical than I expected. I'm not downplaying him at all, because he went up there and did his thing. No fear, and rapped every word.
Yeah.
And
Shout
with
out-
energy.
Great show.
Shout out my man Dale Richmond. He just recently put out a project called The Colors Are Fading. I just want to make sure I say that. But Dale, I've known him for like a couple of years now. Just like I've known him personally for like a year, but I've never seen him perform live. So being able to see him like from where I was sitting too, like it was just, I really don't even have the words for it. And just like being such a fan of his music, but also being like his friend, I was just, like I was saying about you, Shatora, like I was just sitting there just like really getting into the songs. I swear I look like a really proud parent, just like singing his songs like right behind him and everything. And then like being able to perform the song that I have with him like at the very end.
Yeah.
It was just like really cool.
I definitely had I want to say at least 3 people come up to me and say, yo, who's that, when he was on stage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the Wikipedia of Winchester.
Like, everybody.
Trav, who's that?
You brought the energy.
Me and Trav were just in the audience while he was shooting, but I'm there like literally acting like a proud dad, just watching my kids up there on stage. Like, man, I'm so proud of these guys.
Yeah.
Man. Like y'all have known me since like we've known each other since
2018.
I think it was.
When did we get him on?
That video was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's probably early 2019. at the first studio we had, because Heelix was on for the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was summer 2018.
I watched that video the other day and I was like, damn, Heelix looks young.
I love
Yeah.
that song.
I hate that song.
We all feel like
Bro,
that when we
that's
listen
like-
to our old stuff, though.
I
feel
mean,
like
yeah. True,
I think it's fire, but when I go listen to my old stuff, I'm like, what?
yeah.
But I
true.
think it's fire.
I'm grateful that I made that song because, you know, it put me in a position where like I can meet all of you guys. Like I'm really grateful for that. But like as I evolve as an artist, it's just like I start to just like pick it apart,
Mhm.
and I'm like, wow, why did I just sound like I'm so. I want to get approval from like all of my friends. Like I'm just trying to make like a hype song that people are gonna be jumping to. It's just, it was a good song
It
at
was
the
still
time,
Good. I mean, I was glad that you asked me to shoot the video.
dude. I'm glad that you were able to shoot the video. I've never had anybody do that.
Is that the one that we did on top of the
Yeah.
George Washington
Yep.
parking garage?
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, the cops called that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One of many.
I'm
one of
telling you, we
many.
shoot like 30% with the cops getting called if we're shooting in public.
Yeah,
it's so funny because like the car was not even supposed to be in the video.
Mhm.
Like my friend Zach, I didn't even know he was coming at the time, but like he drove all the way to the top with I can't remember what kind of car it was. It was like a
Mercedes.
Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, white
Yeah.
Mercedes.
and he was like, if you want it in the video, you know, here it is. I'm like,
yeah, of
Are
course
we
I want
doing
it in the
this?
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I remember like we came up and you're like, yeah, we're still waiting on some people. I'm like, welcome to the business, Heelix. Always waiting on somebody.
I was up there. I remember that night.
Yeah.
I remember that shoot, and you had all your people out there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody showed up.
And then I can't remember how it went, but I was gonna say pull the join out of Logue's book when the cops come. It's like, who's the director? but Heelix did the talking, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, if cops come and you're not doing anything wrong, just be nice and talk to them, because they're just gonna go on about their day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say more than half the time, pretty much all the time, we ain't doing nothing wrong, but when we're shooting,
Yeah.
you know.
Speaking of videos, what we shooting?
Oh, man, let's hear it.
We need to shoot some Frontier 500 shit, don't we?
Dude, we really do.
What would you want to shoot?
Black
Let's
is
put
the
it that way.
tent.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's go.
We gotta get like a
Let's
limo
go.
or something, you know, like
I want-
blacked out tent, something.
I want the whole crew just to be like wearing all black, and like I don't know if y'all seen
I feel like I know who you're gonna say. Is his name really different?
I think so.
A rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
the
his
D?
wife.
About him
With
and his wife. do the
him
videos
and his
together?
wife. If
You
not, I'm gonna show you that guy's vibe after this. And I
gotta
feel like
show me that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about like some it's RZA, but he's in like a different group. It's Grave Diggers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some shit like that.
Okay.
But if not, if we do Black is a Tent, after Black is a Tent, it has to be 2020. Definitely Bible freestyle,
Mhm.
Coolish Clean, and especially Humanoid.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. It's gotta
Yeah.
be. I like High Beam too.
High Beam is my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when I wrote. I think I wrote that during like COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I was just caught up in my room, and I think that's one of the songs that was supposed to go on Nickedonia.
Mm-hmm.
I know 2020. I actually wrote 2020 before this, that, and like
What's that?
Really?
yeah, that's like a
And
really
that
old
is
song.
just now popping up.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy.
That's wild.
That's
You
wild.
said you
Did you record it back then, or did you
Oh,
re-record? You re-recorded it for
I-
the new album, or
I redid like all the mixes on
Yeah.
it.
Just touched it up a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel you.
Mhm.
But shout out to I don't want to say her name because I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but she goes on the project. She goes by Lana's Lucid, so shout out to Lana's Lucid for that.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
tough. That's tough. All right. Well, let's get this in the pipeline and start dreaming
Hey,
up
I'm
ideas
ready.
and get
I'm
something
ready.
I'm gonna
shot.
pitch you a treatment. I'm gonna show you these videos when we
Just
hop
that-
off of
oh,
here,
yeah.
and I
I
feel
got
like
some
I'm
ideas
gonna
too,
reel
yeah.
you in with this treatment idea.
I like where you were going with the limo.
hey, maybe might be cool.
Yeah.
Dang. Black is a 10. I feel like we could probably do something like similar to what we did for Newports,
Yeah.
you know, but definitely with like a black car and like everybody just like kind of sitting still and just like everybody just like mouthing the words together.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be
I'll
sick.
pitch you some
Yeah.
stuff. Here,
I think you need to pull
Heelix.
out the 360 cam for this too.
We can do whatever.
This shit would be black and white too.
We gotta stop talking about this. 'Cause
I
we're
know,
giving away
right?
too many things.
Steal
People are
our-
gonna be mad when they watch the video.
They're
And they're
gonna
like,
steal
"What
all
about
our-
this idea?"
They're gonna steal all our secrets.
Seriously.
Right.
It's
all good.
happened.
It's
Happens
all
to me
good.
all the time. I don't hate. I just like, yeah, I inspired somebody.
Yeah.
Appreciation and
You
love.
can't get in your
know?
feelings when, somebody steals an idea. It's like they were inspired by you,
Yeah.
you know?
Steal like
Yeah,
an
nothing's
artist.
original these
Nah,
days.
nothing's
anyway.
original. It's impossible to make original content.
Steal like an
Yeah.
artist.
Steal like an artist, baby.
There's
Read
going to
that
be a whole generation coming up that's going to be listening to Frontier 500 and using that as their inspiration on whatever they do in life. Just remember that. Not only that, but you literally are laying the foundation for the next generation in this area too. The whole album release party at Brightbox and everything, like, for real, the next generation wouldn't have the opportunities without something like that.
That's crazy to think
It's
about.
just facts.
It's
Yeah, because
beautiful.
we're all quitting, so you're gonna have to take it over. I'm just kidding.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm going to 2060, bro. I ain't done yet. I feel like I haven't even peaked yet.
No.
Nah, not at all.
Not
You
at
know?
all. None of us have.
Yeah.
None of us
None
have.
of us have.
You know what I
Literally,
did?
everybody just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Peaked at what?
Life. At life. We
kidding.
haven't done it yet.
Haven't peaked at anything. We're still
I
getting
te-
better with the podcast.
I
Could probably go
texted.
for like another 100 years, really.
Yeah.
What they say on Rick and Morty?
We won't be
Aw.
humanoids then, brother.
That's a good one. Oh
They're
man.
pulling it out the database.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling it out the database.
I don't know what
You
you're
got
talking
to
about.
dig back into the podcast if you don't know what that means. Go back and look at the clips.
Yeah, man.
You know what DJ Khaled's favorite number is?
God
what?
did.
Let me hear it.
What?
God did. God did.
You know what it is?
What?
Do you know what it is? I'm
No,
asking.
I
Oh,
don't.
I got it.
We have someone on the side that says it's 1.
I was gonna say
but
1.
You're wrong. It's 11
What?
because there's another one. Got him.
I think that's a great way to take it out, man.
crazy.
Oh, that's
All right,
hilarious.
well, hold on. Let's. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
he
good one.
didn't.
That's a
Sounds
good
like
one.
you're gonna use that one, aren't you?
I don't want to use it.
You're going to,
I
though.
don't want to.
Put that in my
bet he uses
pocket.
it. I bet he
saving it
uses
for
it tonight.
I'm not
Yeah,
using it ever
tonight.
again.
Tonight.
I'm
Leaves
not
there.
doing it. That's all you, bro. But all right, let's bring it back from the dad jokes. We got dad over here on the couch. So Frontier 500 out now. Black is the Tent. Music video possibly coming soon. Humanoid possibly coming soon.
Yeah.
You know, all
Bible
that possibly
freestyle
coming soon.
possibly coming soon.
You know, so and maybe a vlog's popping up from the.
We got some footage.
We got some
We'll
footage that
string-
might be
we'll
dropping
string some
from
stuff- something together,
the
yeah.
show.
I completely forgot about that.
And if
I got so much footage. Like,
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
I think it was like over 500 gigs. Of
So we're
footage.
good. I got footage.
We're
Trav
gonna-
got footage. We'll
we're
make
gonna
it
finesse
happen.
something for those that didn't make it to the show. And if you didn't make it to the show, you better be at the next one because ain't nobody peaked yet and everybody's just getting better. So you can only imagine what the next one's gonna be.
I'm doing more dad jokes.
Sooner than you think.
Yeah, let's make it
That's
happen.
what I'm talking about. What can we expect next from Frontier and Heelix?
Dang. More shows, more putting on my people, more music, more
More videos.
more Winchester.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just me out here. You know, that's what I really wanted to make sure I said at the show. Like, this is about all of us. This is about rap in this area. You know, because I've been over here so long. I was trying so hard to put myself out that I realized that, damn, I'm almost like most of the other people out here. The problem is we're not coming together. So this is us coming together. This is our Frontier 500. So
Glad to be a part of it.
Iron Skillet Podcast.
Yeah.
We're here with the boy Heelix. I think that's the best way to do it.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all whenever we come back. Maybe next week. Peace.